Hi everyone, so today I'm going to be doing a review of some self-tanners which I've purchased in the past year or so. And instead of doing an individual review for every single video, I thought since it's summer and a lot of people are wanting to, build a tan up or even a gradual tan, I thought that I'd just quickly review the fake tan products I have. Because yesterday I was just looking at my fake tan in the drawer, in my dressing table drawer, and I just thought, oh my god, I've got so much compared to what I had when I first started YouTube. And I thought, I've never really done a video on self-tanners before, and I know a lot of people are interested in them because my last video that I did, I think it was the second video I ever did, had a lot of views because I think people are interested in self-tanners. So I'm just going to talk about them. Now obviously I don't have every single fake tan on the market here, so I can't really give you a wide view of what I think is the best because I haven't tried everything, but I can talk to you about what I have tried and what I do think of it in case you're trying to figure out what to get. So the first product I'm going to be mentioning is a product from Fake Bake. Now this is called Airbrush Instant Self Tan, and the idea behind this is that you spray it on and there's no blending involved, but actually it's sort of the opposite. You do have to blend, but not as much as a normal self-tanner. You just sort of pat the product with a mitt and it looks really, really good. That is when it works. I'm afraid to say it though, I don't know whether it's the one that I actually purchased or whether they're all like it. Please let me know if you've ever used this, but when I spray it, it only really sprays when it wants to spray. Like for instance now, it's very, 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 very temperamental. It doesn't really give an even spray to the skin, so I really think that it's a good product, but I would watch out with the application method because it's not that great. What I do like using it for is the face. I used it the other day. If I look a bit more brown, I just spray it all over the face, and that way it gets every nook and cranny. It gets right in between your nose. You don't have to apply it, it's just easy. You just spray it on. I don't really do much blending. I just pat it on the face, and I think that's fantastic for that. So definitely try it out before you buy it, and if there is a problem, do take it back because you've just wasted, what, £20. So that's that one. The next one is the Fake Bake Mousse, and this is the same formulation but it's just a different way of applying. And as much as I thought I would love this, I actually find it really hard to work with. It dries so fast that it's so hard to blend. I mean, it takes about 5 seconds to dry, and by the time you've got it on and you're putting it up your arm, wherever you've sprayed it on, you've immediately got pigmentation where you've placed the product on initially. So even when you do blend it, it's really hard to get rid of that. So I think even though they think that it dries really fast may be an advantage, it's actually not. It makes it really hard to blend it. So I don't recommend this mousse, but I do recommend the Saint Tropez mousse because that doesn't dry as fast and it's also a lot smoother to work with. So if you don't like this, I do recommend that. The next product from Fake Bake is the Fake Bake Flawless, which is actually one of my favourite. So if you're going to be investing in Fake Bake, definitely use this. Definitely go for this. Now I really like it because it comes with two applicators. It comes with a spray nozzle, and it also comes with sort of just a little, obviously normal nozzle. You just pour it onto your hands and rub it in, so you can spray it on. You can spray it behind your legs in easier hard to reach places, and then you can blend it. And you also get the rubber gloves with it and the mitt, which is really, really useful. So you're going to get all of that for around £20, which I think is fantastic. Out of all my application methods with Fake Bake, I think this is the best. Not only is it easy to use, but it doesn't really get used up fast, and I find it's really great to use on the face, and it smells really nice too. It doesn't smell of fake tan, it smells kind of like sweet cookies, so I really, really like that. Now the next two products I'm going to talk about together because, to be honest, I'm very umming and ahhing about them, if that makes sense. Because one thing with me is that I really, really am obsessed over skincare. I love skincare products, I love using them, but I do not believe, why would you put anti-aging benefits within fake tan? No one cares. Like, if you're going to do that, you will use a serum, you will use a cream from a world-renowned brand that specialises in anti-aging and skincare. I would not trust a fake tan company to provide that for me. But I haven't used these products continually, and I don't really, if I have that sort of opinion and attitude about that, I'm obviously not going to, think positive thoughts about it if it does do something. So, let me know what you think about that, because I'm you know, if I'm buying a bronzer, all I want it to do is to bronze. If I'm buying fake tan, you know, it's the same. If I'm buying a cleanser, you know, it just depends really. So I don't really, you know, I'm not really interested in that, but I did pick these up because I did want to try them. Now this is the Fake Bake Lipo Bronze, and it's meant to be anti-cellulite, so it's meant to firm and tone as well as fake tan your legs. And it just has some, you know, some sort of information on the back. The good thing about this is paraben free, so if you're into sort of that sort of products, then definitely go for that. And also this one, it says a cell renewal with apple stem cell anti-aging for the face. Now I have used this and I find it does not give a tan whatsoever. You know, products should really focus on, you know, it's either going to give a tan or it's going to anti-age. Don't try and do both, because you really can't do both at an exceptional level, I find. So do not waste your money on this. Sorry to be harsh, but just don't. This is a dupe of Saint Tropez, don't know why I said that weird then. And they only have this in the UK, and it's called St Moritz, and I'm sure everyone's used this. This is like £2.99. It's hardly anything, and I thought, you know, hey, just try it. It's like whatever, £3. Everyone was saying it was amazing. And because it has so much DHA in it, it really does dry your skin up, really, and it does not come off nicely. It comes off all uneven and horrible. It just does not work. So do not try this. I mean, it's £3, you know, you're not going to waste a ton of money, but, you know, like I said, it's just not worth it. I would definitely splash out on a nicer luxury product. Now, lastly, I have the Saint Tropez Gradual Tan Everyday Moisturiser. Now, this is not the best moisturiser, obviously, but it is a mediocre product if you want a tan. You know, you want to, you know, increase your tan on your face, but you don't want to use, you know, a mousse product for the body. You know, you just want to use something that's meant for the face. Then this is a nice product to use. But I do advise, if you have very light skin, lighter than my skin, I would go for the light medium. But if you have skin like mine, or any, you know, any higher, whatever, I would go for the medium to dark, because this light to medium does not show at all. I had training on it a couple of days ago, Saint Tropez, and they did say that I would need the medium to dark, so definitely go for that if you're looking for that. Because it's a gradual tanner, it has very low ingredients of tanning agents, so you really need to go a little bit extra high if you want to get more results. And obviously this is one of my favourite, you know, favourite ever. This is the Pitt Spewing, and this is the first fake tan I ever mentioned, self tan I ever mentioned on my YouTube channel, and this was the second video, like I said. And I love this because, you know, you can customise your own colour. There's a little colour wheel here, as you can see, so, you know, you can go from light to dark. But personally, I like to keep it in the middle, because otherwise it doesn't show up. But if you have really fair skin, you know, you could put it on the third one there and it would look fantastic. Bad points about this is that, obviously, if I'm going to use a medium colour, it's going to take both of these sides of the product up equally. But if I'm putting it on, you know, the darkest colour, it's only going to use that side. So, you know, I'm really going to only be using technically half the product up. So to really use this, you know, effectively, I think you need to use it in the middle, because then you're equally using each side of the product up. As you can see, the product is separated to balance out the colour and create your own custom colour. But apart from that, I think it's a fantastic product. There's hardly really any streakage. The only other problem is that it doesn't have a guide cutter. It just goes on as like a moisturiser. You can't see where you're putting it. But if you're really good at, you know, moisturising your whole body and you never miss anything, definitely use this. But I wouldn't use it on your hands, because that part is really tricky, especially even with the guide colour. So I'm going to start off with some quick tips that I've pretty much have picked up along the way with fake tan and, you know, the application method, because it's really important to prep your skin before you apply this onto your skin, because self tan sticks to the dead skin cells of your skin. So you need to remember that it's very important to prep your skin and have it as renewed as possible. So the first thing I would suggest is to exfoliate 24 hours before you're going to apply your self tanner. Many people tend to think that you shower, then you exfoliate in the shower, then you apply the product. Yes, it will work, but it won't work as well as exfoliating 24 hours before. So that's the first method. Also, it is good to use an exfoliant that the company offer. Say for instance, Saint Tropez have their own body polish. Now the reason for this is because the tiny grains of exfoliant are perfectly round, so they evenly remove the dead skin. they might be a tiny bit rough around the edges and they might not remove the self-tan evenly. So it is really good to invest in a body polish by the company. Now another tip people tell you to do is to moisturise your elbows and knees and some dry parts of your body before you apply the self-tan, because it will stick to those parts and be slightly darker in those areas. But the important thing people don't mention is that you should not use a moisturiser with mineral oil in, because what mineral oil does is it creates a barrier between the skin and the outer layer, and it will not allow the self-tan to, you know, go through the skin layers evenly or even at all. So when you do wash your guide colour off, you will barely have any tan left, because this mineral oil that you've been applying, which is in your moisturiser, is actually blocking the layers of the skin. So when you're using a moisturiser, make sure it's mineral oil free. And I'm sure a lot of the moisturisers that they sell with the self-tanners will be a mineral oil free, because they're for that purpose. And also it is good to exfoliate while the self-tan is you know, gradually fading, because that way you'll have an even removal. Like I said, with the smaller rounder beads that you should purchase from the brand, definitely do that. And to be honest, that's it really. That's all the tips I've got for you. But it's generally just about prepping the skin, moisturising it and helping it fade gradually, and really like maintain that look. But do not try and make yourself look orange, because that does not look good. Like for me, this is quite tanned, and I won't go any more tan than this unless I went on holiday, because I just don't think it looks natural. You can't just go from being pale to being like super bronzed. I think the only thing that I like with fake tan is a healthy glow. Anything more than that is just doesn't appeal to me. And also because summer's coming up, everyone's getting their legs out and everyone's, you know, wearing smaller clothes. I think a lot of people do want to have a tan, so I thought it was quite good to do a video like this anyway, and I hope some of these tips have helped you. And if you've got any more tips about self-tan, or you know, anything that you want to talk about, just comment below, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.